Princess, I will continue to say this. Call up England, call up the biggest prosecutor anywhere in the world. I will stand up and tell you my own truth. I'm a custodian of human rights. It is a criminal offense to coach a minor or a child for sexual activity. It is punishable with life imprisonment. The same law, if you try Baba Ijesha, in the same law, you know, the so until what princess is to be on my joko to score hello, Baba Ijesha timbo, pakurumo, jeko di po fef, ono ko je. Make sure que o force gbogbo nǹkan tó bá ṣe mentally jẹ́ kó rí pé kóhun jẹ tí tó máa fi ṣe kíni onímọ̀gá tó máa fọwọ́ ṣáà jẹ́ kó ṣe àwọn máa record asking an innocent child or minor to be in such situation is punishable with life imprisonment. Unto a Lagos state government called profile against the princess, yet they said she should walk free.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì yìí níbi tá a ti máa fún yín ní ìròyìn lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan pàápàá jùlọ lórí ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè wa Nàìjíríà. Eléyìí tá a mú wá lónìí gbáǹkọ́gbì ní o ó yá ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wò ó ṣùgbọ́n ẹ má gbàgbé ẹ bá mi wò sàlẹ̀ níbi tí wọ́n kọ subscribe sí ẹ kílíkì lé subscribe button yẹn ọ̀fẹ́ ní subscription kò sẹ́ni tó máa jáwọ́ yín ọwọ́ yín tẹ́ fi bá wa tẹ subscribe ní orúkọ Jésù ẹ ò ní fi gbé ọmọ sí ẹ ò ní fi gba lẹ́tà ìbànújẹ́ o.
Secondly, that CCTV that princess claimed that went on the store or camera to look, she knew what she wanted to achieve. It's a premeditated recording. Under the law, the same law of Lagos State, child protection laws, it is a criminal offense to record sexual activities involving a child or a minor. It is not a law that I was creating then. And Iyabo Ojo and the basic knowledge of the law. They are only using social media to draw out unnecessary sentiment and not objectivity just to be loved. I am not looking for anybody to love me. I am standing by what is right. If you don't know the law, you can't enforce it. I'm your law party, my law. So the next thing I said, then that asking, recording and taping it down is a serious criminal offense punishable with life imprisonment. That if the girl is truly 14, princess, you're still going to be paying for this. If the girl is now 14, try Baba Ijesha for touching and kissing, licking the finger of a 14-year-old. Whether it was a trap or no trap, the statement was so clear. But it must be well established. Kini Baba Ijesha wa ṣe lulẹ̀. Did you, princess, invite Baba Ijesha to that house or not? Most of these things, the media did not tell you guys. Until if you Google, or now, if you Google and say, how Baba Ijesha was lured to my house. Go and read it online now. You see the princess statement inside court. You see the excerpt. How she was able to invite Baba Ijesha for a movie stuff in her house. The question is this. When has it become part of our law? If truly you believe that Baba Ijesha will abuse or hurt that child, said the debt we owe every child is protection. But these terrible women and the justice system in Lagos State, they believe to satisfy the social media and the crying of these women as against the complete rule of law. One was select part of the law. Okay. When Baba Ijesha was arrested, he never slept with that girl. They kept Baba Ijesha in cell. Police said, let's do our job. It is our duty to investigate and run a test on that girl. Just the way police wanted to run tests on this girl, Mirabel, and the truth was established. They said, princess, bring the girl, she's 14. We cannot take her behind you. When they took the girl for a test, the test said, healing broken hymen, that the girl was just recently disvirgined. So it means that the reason why princess set Baba Ijesha up was on a total lie. Baba Ijesha never disvirgined the girl when she was 7. Not to talk of using key to disflower car key or to uproot, because one of our is there any mark in a private that will show as a result of car key? They now said, apart from healing broken hymen, they found semen on one bas palm and there is evidence of perpetual penetration. The police now said, how did you get this sperm in your body? Baba Ijesha never slept with you. Even the 7 years, he said khaki. This one that your mommy called him and you recorded him. We didn't see him having sex with you. So, as a 14-year-old, who slept with you and who has the sperm? And the girl said, but that Damola, who have been sleeping with you, but they'll kill you, or the security of the house. Did you tell your mom? She said yes. It turns out that Princess has been told about these two living with her since 2020. And these are the serious and germane parts. This is a select part of the fellow case. Don't pick a side only if it is the court of law. Judge whatever the case may be, morally it is wrong. Whether you have something with Princess or you don't have something with her, she called you to your house and a girl, a daughter, or anybody is giving you attention, and then you fell for it. You are not supposed to do that. And if she's a 14-year-old, you have to go and pay for sexual assault, harassment. Sexual harassment is to buy on Dubai, to buy on lawyer buy, to kiss you. It's sexual harassment. If that is what you pay for it, but enough, you're 14-year-old, you must pay for it too. That is when they said no. And the worst part of it is that Damola Adekola was arrested and was in the same cell with Babagesha. The security of the house, okay, he ran away. We're expecting that if Lagos State government will charge them to court, ati Babagesha, ati Damola Adekola, ati o admit to she ugbo, tomo here accuse Opobo Unsun. She be accusation of the Babagesha. We should only prove. Then the next thing, they didn't charge the Damola Adekola to court. Because Damola Adekola would prove his case that he never slept with a 14-year-old. To the one young lady. And all these things we are asking, and I asked the government there. He's a senior colleague, he's a good comedian, somebody that I respect. You must give him fair trial. Fair hearing is his fundamental human right. They thought by asking for this, I won't see me. Iyabo Ojo and Princess, rape apologist. Asha Ogo ni pedophile. She be similar. She very Asha Ogo. She lie upon. She boy. She lie upon. But she fẹ́ ọmọ ìkéré ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rin she fẹ́ wọnú boy. Tó fẹ́ kiss ẹ boy ló ti gbé síta. Tó ti ẹ ti tweet ẹ ti pẹ́. Ẹ rí pé gbogbo wọn yìí tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí. Ẹ wo actress olórí burúkú wèrè. Ṣé kò yẹ kó bọ́ta sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí Simi sọ tó gbé tweet Simi jáde. Wọn ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ ńbẹ̀ yẹn. You will never see them speak. Ọkùnrin tó bá fẹ́ ba ayé ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó bá ti kó sí wọn lọ́wọ́ tiẹ̀ lọ nìyẹn. And we said that until Yokuro, was Babagesha coming to touch the girl? No, he was invited for a movie. Was the girl presented as a soft target beside Babagesha? Yes, you all can see. To the Princess go Momo Yekuro around Babagesha. And by law, after telling no parent, no teacher should know that there is a likely harm that will come to a child and you will leave the child in that vicinity. Social media is terrible. We are speaking the truth that no matter what is wrong with you or whatever you're trying to achieve, no lawyer, no police officer, no doctor, no judge should approve that a child or a minor should be left in the vicinity of a predator, sexual predator. Only an unfit police officer will want to use a child as a trap to catch somebody. I said nowhere in the world, nowhere. I don't know what's in the protest. That police officer must go to jail. They will only use probably a baiting like age of a girl of my bad potential predator sorrow. And I said, don't do it. It is a criminal offense. Immediately, it's not to suffer. Even immediately, believe. Before you even set camera, before you put the girl in harm's way, you are duty bound according to the law to report to the police. Listen up, guys. Whether you respect police or you don't respect police, whether police are good or not good, you cannot do the job of police. Immediately you know that a child has been sexually abused, or you are sexually abused as a child, as a minor, or as an adult, report immediately to the police. Even if it is long time, the police will see the best they can make out of it. They can start trailing that person. All you need to do is to follow up. When you write a petition that somebody has sexually abused you when you are 10-year-old, 5-year-old, 13-year-old, report to the police, give the details of that person. Police will go after the person. All you need to do is to follow up. Any progress? The person will not know whether the police are on his or her trail. And will bring on children, you men, start reporting abuses coming from women too. hey little kid àwọn náà kó ẹ̀ náà ó náà máa ti ń lóko lálá ẹ mọ̀ sí gbogbo yẹn náà pedophiling pattern náà ni ó ṣe máa fẹ́ pọ̀ ọmọ kékeré ṣe ọmọ 10 year old ọmọ 12 year old Daniel ọkọ ẹ̀ ló ti tóbi ẹ̀yọ́ gbogbo yẹn náà pedophiling tendency ni àwọn pattern sí mi nìyẹn. Or you see all these women gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n dákẹ́ bá ti gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ sí mi jáde bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà jáde sí they don't want him to even express himself. ṣé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó wá sọ yẹn ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ní rọ́ ni ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́ ti gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni ṣé ẹ̀ ní gbọ́ sáàdì tiẹ̀ náà ni. But the same pattern ẹ jẹ́ àlọ́ sí video end result á dẹ̀ sọ wípé ẹ lè máa fi end video yẹn nìkan jọ́ọ̀jì. The debt we owe every child is protection. téèyàn bá fún ní voice ṣé gbogbo àwọn tó ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kọ̀ọ̀kan ní Bíọ́lá ti gbé sórí page yẹn she needs to balance it and bring the other person ọ̀yẹ́ náà wá sọ tẹnu yín say your own part. tí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà bá bọ́ ọmọ sùn ṣé 3 years ló máa lọ ni. They are not telling you why they are pained. The reason why Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà was even tough the opportunity at all when Lagos state government was going to file the charges, wọ́n wá pín kélekèle pé kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ ṣe. We will use the power of government. He must be found guilty of one. And if Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà is found guilty of the remaining 4 count charges, to are found guilty of one of the 4, he must go and serve 5 years imprisonment, which is to spend 3 years and 4 months. If not, normally on a good day, case Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà should not even stand in any court of law on a normal day, because the process, it doesn't have propensity in law. The requisite for all the actions carried out by Princess is errored in law. I need that in my power for now. You now say because you want to cash him, you committed a series of crimes, want to torture, want to call a thug, want to yashimolon Princess. No more. And no video that Princess in no more gang. Ni big bang, but for Jawale. O tún lọ gẹ́yẹn pé kò ṣe dáadáa o tún parọ́ pé gẹ́yẹn lólu ṣé gẹ́yẹn lólu fídíò tẹ́wọ̀ yẹn níbo ni gẹ́yẹn ti lu Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Because they don't want to admit that she already staged the talk that would threaten the man to. Tí èèyàn bá fi ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó bá fi dẹ̀mí tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ tán mi wọnú lé wọn tí ìyàwó ń sọ pé tẹ́mi lọ́dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń bọ́ṣọ pé ó ti bẹ́ẹ̀ kí n bọ́ mo ti bọ́ṣọ mo ti bọ́ pátá tọkọ wa wọlé tó wá ṣí kámẹ́rà lèmi lórí ọ̀kìtẹ̀ ti bọ́ ṣẹ́ẹ̀tì lásán ọkàn bá mi nu bedroom wọn as an actor mi lè ever sọ pé it's my right now, it's your wife that invited me, so why you call it tó bá sọ pé I have come to rape that time, rape náà ló máa pè kí ni mo lọ ṣe ń bedroom o mama bẹ̀bẹ̀ náà ni ó dà má bínú ayé ló ṣe máa kí ni mo wá ṣe inú yàrá yẹn báwo táyé ò bá ṣe ní kí ni mo lọ ṣe inú bedroom ọ̀rẹ́ mi pẹ̀lú ìyàwó ẹ̀. I might not have gone there to rape, I might have been entrapped. Only a trap ni. But èmi ò lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ àti pé ní trap mọ́ ayé ti ṣe mí ni, because kí ló dé tí mi ò gbàgbọ́ mi lọ kí ló dé tí mo lọ ṣe ṣerú ẹ̀. It's antisocial. I have committed a moral offence. I will begin. Tó bá pa mí síbẹ̀ wọ́n pa mí lápàgbé ni kí ni mo lọ ṣe inú bedroom mọ́. Tó bá pa mí síbẹ̀ tó bá lóun wọlé òun bá tó rape ìyàwó òun ni kí ni ta ló fẹ́ gbẹ̀dí mi jẹ́. Tíyàwó bá sọ pé yes wọ́n rape òun lọ́kọ̀ òun ṣe kamọ́ bẹ̀ tọ́dẹ̀ bá ń wò ó bẹ̀ àní ọ̀n ṣáà rú wọlé àgàkà kọ́wá ṣó kámẹ́rà wọ́n rí gómìnà ti wọlé gómìnà ti ń lọ bọ́dí ìyàwó wọ́n wá lọ edit bẹ̀yẹn. So all these things I always say, I was never saying that anybody that abused children or a minor should be let go, but how can we continue to glorify organized crime? Àwọn ilé ti ní mental problem now, so they believe that ọkùnrin irú wọn yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ destroy yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ bá tiẹ̀ gẹ́ oníkọ́mà ọmọ bó ṣe lè sọ ni pé life imprisonment ẹni tí ò bọ́mọ kọ́kọ́ sùn and ẹbìnrin lọ́wọ́ pé ẹmọ evidence pé Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà bọ́mọ ìsùn jáde àbófin kọ́kọ́rọ́ kò sí kankan. ṣáwà láti sọ pé kí George máa sọ pé kó lọ for life imprisonment ṣáwà láti kọ́ máa sentence Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà sí like 16 years and they even lied. Hello video Princess yẹn only they said he should go to prison consecutively. It's a lie. The sentence was to run concurrently. That's a term language táwọn George wọ́n máa jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé ilé ẹjọ́ ló wà àwa tàbá fẹ́ ṣe I will know how to play around it. It was so serious then that with this video, government to come out, how do we explain to the public? Ugbele is total nonsense. They set the man up for flirting and they changed the age of the girl. And we've told them categorically, Teba fe show tough. Ema te load through our age again and full CCTV. Let's see if Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà will not be suing the Lagos state government, suing Princess, suing Iyabo and all of them. Eko mu age again and go Teba fe mu age gadi. Eko wa bold enough and move complete CCTV àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ tẹ́tí set camera yẹn ẹ kò múlẹ̀ jáde ẹ má mú doctored one full one láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ dópin. And let's see whether it is not an organized crime, whether the girl was not coached for that. And then the whole nonsense, what's all this nonsense? You know what you planned. You prepared the ground, you invited the you did everything. It's pure nonsense. We are saying don't do this. Don't do this whole nonsense. Because there was a camera phone. That is how you establish the truth. Not a side of my judge in a serious criminal case. It is, you believe the court of law is, let's just hear a side. No, that is not the court of law. On social media, you can fly with a side. I don't like the way Babakisha touched the girl. It's okay. I myself, if that is the only thing I see, I might not like it. I don't even like it. But if it is law, you must establish the full truth, not a side. You think you care about children, you are part of the problem. They are only fooling you with fighting for justice, fighting for human rights. Fake. In between what is sort of law, human rights. Original. Mawa l'America, o shiwa l'Oyinbo. Taba soye kakaye yon mo ikere tí mo ti jà fún. Obìnrin tí mo ti fẹ́ mímílẹ̀ tí mo ti jà fún. Ṣé sin ilé ọkọ̀ máa bọ̀ tán sí? Àwọn sọ pé kè Yomi Fabiyi rape òun. Àwọn actress àwọn dákẹ́ mi ní gbé ogun wọn ṣe pé lọ́pẹ́ àbáyé ìwé ìfẹ́ bàgbé. Èwo ni mo ṣe ọdún kìíní ọdún kejì 20-30 years láti jọ́ lòpọ̀. Ìsìn lọ́ máa sọ pé mo rape máa dákẹ́. Ṣé sì ni wèrè kọ́ máa ṣe sọ́fà wá pé bàbá yẹn ṣàárẹ̀ ó rape for many years now in industry goes. I'm àwọn tó níwà burúkú yẹn. I'm àwọn oníkálukú ní industry wa yẹn àmọ̀ wá ara wa. I'm àwọn tó yẹ pé wọ́n lè parọ́ kókù jí òkú lè ní cane leg. Mo lè bá dárúkọ gan bí tí mo ya wèrè dé bí tí mo fẹ́ pé me I no dey fear anybody. Ogun lẹ́ bá lọ ṣe. I'm àwọn tó yẹ pé fake life. I'm àwọn tó yẹ pé ẹ̀kẹ́ ìbú ni láàrin wa. Kò sẹ́ni tí ó lè bù àtàgbàlagbà ṣáàdá sí lára má jẹ́ kó. Àmọ́ àwọn tó jẹ́ pé anybody tó bá ní problem they are ready to be there. Àdàbà àwọn tó jẹ́ pé they want to support anybody. Wọn ò fẹ́ lọ́ta kankan kí lè lè ṣe àbí lọ support kí lè lè ṣe wọn ò fẹ́ níwà bí kankan. Àmọ́ àwọn tó jẹ́ pé tó bá dẹ̀ rí okó yìí báyìí wọ́n lè dóko wèrè wọ́n ṣe dóko PDP lọ́ndọ̀ tó APC. Wọ́n dó tabga tọ́bárí tí NRC gan wọ́n lè dó àmọ̀ wọn láàrin. So kí là ń bá ká kíyàn kọ́ wá worú èdè sísun. I'm carrying the emblem of human rights. Kò ṣe pé bí i human rights abẹ́ ilé ni mo ṣe o. Go and look at all of us táwọn pèrè àwọn human rights activists. I am one of those that have got strong structures. Tí mi ìdẹ̀ sí lò, mi ìṣàgbára lò, mi ìṣẹ́ ní ti lò. Ẹ lọ dárúkọ ẹ̀kọ́ pé ogun ajáde kẹwàá àwọn tó wà lẹ́yìn ìwà lẹ́yìn kọ̀ọ̀kan. Well, because before you can fight for human rights, you need proper structures. Mo mọ èèyàn tó yẹ kó tó bá fìyà jẹ mí, tó bá ṣe fìyà jẹ mí tán yẹn, bóyá ọlọ́pàá ni ẹ, bóyá politician ni ẹ, ìyà yẹn bí tó máa ń dì sí nìyẹn, ní tó máa jẹ lẹ́yìn yẹn, lórí àwọn ọmọdọ́mọ yẹn, mo mọ bí tó lè fìyà yẹn sí. Torture me. But do whatever you want to do. I will go out of this place. When I get there, what is going on? Only report to my phone. Who is the person? Bye. No problem. Shemiti, the kind of honor I received because I was decorated as a human rights ambassador inside the American embassy. Shemi yeni mama ni kakiri mama ni doti. So ba nshari fini. Irú Iyabo yẹn. Ó fẹ́ travel, ó fẹ́ lọ London ní 2009. Ó ṣe fẹ́ travel 2009. Èmi tí mo báyìí ni kò ṣe báyìí nínú Femina. Ọ̀rọ̀ wá ṣẹlẹ̀ mo ń jà fún ọmọ gẹ́ yẹn. Mo ń jà fún right Baba Ìjẹ̀ṣà right ọmọ gẹ́ yẹn. Ó ní tó bá ṣọ́ra, ní gẹ́ o travel mọ́. Èmi ìgbẹ́ ò léegun. Èwo nu yín ló fẹ́ travel tí èmi ẹ̀ ní input life ẹ̀ pé ó fẹ́ travel lọ lóyìnbó. Tí lálàá pẹ́ bá ìní 4-5 years lèmi tí ń travel kẹ́tọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lálàá pẹ́ fẹ́ travel. I am now standing on the temple of justice. Ó involve Lagos state government, ó involve ọlọ́pàá. Mo kàn ń sọ ọ̀tọ̀ tèmi ni. ọlọ́pàá threaten me yóò ìsọ̀tọ̀ ọlọ́pàá ẹ̀yin lẹ́mọ̀ ọlọ́pàá tẹ̀ ẹ̀ jẹ́ tẹ́ fẹ́ káwọn yẹn bá yín sọ tọrọ ẹ̀yin lẹ́ believe pé when you are a police officer you are above public criticism. They believe policing is overall. They can't make mistakes. They can't get correction from police. And they will still want to tell you you are police officer. You are policing who? Can you police without the cooperation of the public? Princess. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you are a true complainant, why didn't you go and complain about Damola Adekola and your security as at 2020? October, November, December, January, February, March, until April. And then, for crying out loud, we can continue to... We might think Yomi is trying to help Baba Ijesha. But can we just listen to what the guy is saying? He never said that they should not prosecute Baba Ijesha. He's only saying that you are committing parental negligence. You have abused the right of the girl. And Baba Ijesha, that you are saying they should not grant him bail. He has right to bail. If the police realize that they have evidence that he actually defiled the girl, and they said, okay, we are not releasing him, granting him bail, we want to get extension, they will get the extension. What is my own with what people are doing? I'm only speaking human. He said nobody spoke to me. Lord, in case Mohbad, Mohbad is there though. Can you call? Won't you fight for him? They will send you DM. Some people will send you WhatsApp message. The same way they send to me in Baba Ijesha stuff. Is it because it's your colleague? You're not talking. Our company is where they want to hear from you. You are not in human rights then, so nobody will come for you. I am a human rights ambassador with US Embassy. I have done a human rights summit. I have a human rights NGO. They will want to see, are you being biased? And I came out and said, no, I am not being biased. Let's allow the police to do their job. That we colleagues don't be quick to condemn this man. This report is too heavy. And then they said there's a video and he has confessed to it within 24 hours. No, let's be calm. It's dangerous. Don't forget that the same thing happened to Baba Sui. I only draw the comparison because they are both comedian, and Baba Sui was already, handicapped. Initially, he was using crutches, using walking stick. But at that point, at that time, so I now look at and say, has he gotten to this stage? Am I can't condemn you? Now today, show me in the judgment, or show me one single evidence that Baba Ijesha slept with that girl, whether when she was 7 or whether when she was 14. Show me where, because Lagos State government went to court against Baba Ijesha. They profiled life imprisonment and a separate 16 years. That is the right thing to do. Government must react quickly. I'm grateful to Lagos State government for reacting quickly. But do they allow the complete justice to take its course? Were they selective? What is the rationale of your Damola Adekola? Clearly, will charge the princess. To buy the cocoa, Kaombe, we only CCTV nule, to Tishetele, Oko Kamon is a different ballgame. But she prepared and planned the whole video. The only thing that is needed is for the girl to stretch Baba Ijesha until he breaks his limit. Only Bobby Rishi Mama said, this is tí o de sọ̀rọ̀ yẹ kó báyìí ó de wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ they want but come be close shot ṣé wọ́n gbé sí yọ ọmọ yẹn ní definitely ojú ẹ̀ ni anybody can be stretched why would kí ló ṣe bí tí mo wà stretch ohun tí mọ̀ yàtọ̀ ni pé tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ ọdún méje an obvious child ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ life imprisonment ni if it was a 7-year-old 5-year-old you are not supposed to be sexually attractive to a child and then okay if despite the fact that this girl is having features of an adult, ultimate sex, you coached her to play that part. If she's truly 14, prove it to Baba Ijesha that she touched the 14, so that she will understand. Till date, nowhere they have proved the age. But he's a pedophile, he's a pedophile. And look at, even when I spoke, the commissioner came out. When he went to appeal, they set aside. What is set aside? He was found innocent. Sexual harassment. The honest truth that you must pass to the entire world. There is nowhere Baba Ijesha was found guilty of having sex or using khaki to defile that girl. Another truth is that Because after Babajisha was arrested, they took the girl and ran a test. One no check Gabali Omoyani. Princess Nani, the reason why I set him up was because I believe and I am trying to establish that he did it when the girl was 7. Where are your conscience that you just stretch this emotional stuff? And I said, you only set him up with flirting and you change the age of that girl. If it is the true age of the girl, I expect Lagos State government and Princess to prove to the judge that this is, but they were using power to force that government does not lose in their own case. I want the job I shot the video here, public, and they were able to find a way to say, only man of life imprisonment. Only man do 16 years. Don't spend little time. Just let's keep you there for a little while. That is the honest truth. That's why the man was going to spend 3 years and come out, because they realized that what's the point punishing this man? Because the actor on sick with the right to sexual feelings. The guy is a 19-year-old or 18 years old. But what I the video, no crime has been committed. Under the law, if it is a court of law, and that because the girl accepted. If she's 18, the only reason why they said Babajisha was guilty of sexual harassment is that they maintain that the girl is 14. So whether the girl accepted or not, if you touch anybody below 18, even if the person is accepting, if the entire family of the girl know that you people are dating, you have committed a crime. It's even defilement. To get 22-year-old, to buy almost 16-year-old, 17-year-old in Nigeria, in Lagos State, rape you, to buy a girlfriend. Oh, Baba, I don't fly in love letter. I don't fly in card. I love her. If you sleep with her, even if the parents knew that you put a boyfriend and girlfriend, even if the guy says, don't touch him, if a complaint comes out and you are 21-year-old, you are 20-year-old, and you have sex with a 17-year-old in Lagos State, it's rape. Even whether you people are boyfriend and girlfriend. That is what majority do not know. Because they don't want to understand the law. They just want to condemn somebody. So that is the law we are explaining. That is the position of the law. 16 to 16, all that goes in. In UK, in America, let me say 98% of the states or 99% of the states in America, a 16-year-old can have sex with somebody of 60 years old. If they are set, no crime has been committed. In UK, if you are 40-year-old and you sleep with somebody who is 17, 16-year-old and it's consensual, no force, no crime has been committed. So whether Ola Itio, we don't record the yellow commit a crime because you are intervening into what does not concern you. Why do you record them in their private moments? So what we are trying to explain is that if you want him to know that he is actually a sex offender and then he committed a crime, Lagos State government should be honest enough to establish the true age of the girl. That's why I said most of the states in America. No, age of sexual consent in UK is 16 years old. Go and read your law. So just even Google it on your phone. Just that same phone. What is the age of sexual consent in the United Kingdom? Simple. And then come back and write after you read. Don't go quiet after you've seen the truth. So it's very simple and understanding. So direct. So it's important. You must know the law before you can be able to enforce the law. Not all police officers know the law. That's why they rely on the Ministry of Justice to interpret the law for them. That's why they'll say, oh yeah, file the case and send to DPP, because we don't understand what the law says. Because most of the laws in the states, most of the police officers don't even know them. Even some real new laws, they don't know. Because if the Lagos Assembly, they just enact a new law, a police officer that was transferred, or even police officer that has been there, they might not know what the law says, the current law. So they cannot be able to understand what are we going to be filing as charges. That is why the court will say, we don't know, because they make laws all the time. They might just enact a new law yesterday, or they enact a new law 7 days ago, and somebody committed a crime 4 days ago. So it might not be a crime 6 months ago, but it might have been a crime 4 days ago, and you just committed a crime. So before you can say you want to write your charges and file, go send to the DPP, Ministry of Justice. Because most of people don't know why they always duplicate file and sent to the DPP. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ bá ti gba evidence. The question táwọn béèrè ni pé ṣé nínú case file yẹn ṣé the Lagos State Ministry of Justice ṣé wọ́n rí pé number one, there is no evidence of age of that girl, and she is not a child, she is a minor, and the law states that before you can convict anybody of sexually harassing or abusing a minor, the age must be substantiated. It's the law in Lagos State. Okay, you have seen it. It's a 16 in the UK. I don't just already out. If when you say that, they will say you are what's not. It's the law. Always say, okay, that today man jà fún case. Tí wọ́n Iyabo yẹn. Talk on Shonuwa because they want to destroy your name to build their own name. Wọ́n kàn fẹ́ tell anybody, àtẹ̀gùn lọ́wọ́ anybody ṣe tó bá ti dúró anyhow. So my own advocacy then was not on the video end result. If the girl eventually tó bá gbé best certificate jáde ọ̀tọ́ airport àlọ́ láti sọ pé ngbà yẹn wọ́n ní kò ń parọ́ ni o. As at the time tó ní arrest bàbá Ìjìṣà yẹn o, ọmọ 18 year old lòun, ọmọ 19 lòun, I will look stupid now. What is this? That is why the court is there. Establish the law. That's why we have the police. Why they might charge us in court? Tell the evidence of age when the person is a minor. Ṣèbó yẹ kó fi best certificate yẹn sínú gbogbo evidence tọ́ni. They would have asked Princess, bring the best certificate. Give us a copy. So that we can file it and send to the DPP. DPP àwọn àdìpé ọmọ ẹ̀pẹ́ ọmọ ní 14. Nínú statement tí wọ́n mọ̀ kọ ní Sabo police station ó pé 14. Nínú statement tó kọ ní Sabo Panti ó kọ 15. It's Lagos State government lọ́dọ̀ tí wọ́n á yí gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ ní court. She might have made a mistake. You know, the time they interview her then is different from the time they interview her. Mo ní kí láìláìláìlá. Mo ní kí gbogbo ilé báyìí. Why can't you just bring the best certificate of the girl? Ṣebí Nigeria Population Commission ti wà láyé ìgbà yẹn. Ibi tó ti yọ best certificate ọmọ yẹn máa jà báyìí ni. The upper form, the other flipsy, ó máa wà nílẹ̀. The same serial number tó wà lórí certificate Princess máa mú wá. Abalawo local government. There's a quite busy leko. How do I compare? To buy a committee forgery. Then the lawyers will say, she not done kept any pedophile when you know you used an adult to set him up. So they refused, including with Lagos, they refused to touch the age. They refused to bring Damola Adekola to court. That guy is still walking free now. I now question the Iyabo Ojo and Princess. I'm suing you to the court of conscience. But challenging, if truly you are fighting for children, now ask Lagos State government to go and try Damola Adekola. They should be able to court lane. All of filing case under FSI by judgment. Call rule the book on 250 million. Maybe it's a possible. Olórí burúkú máa ṣàǹfààní. Èmi mọ̀ pé wèrè gidi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Èmi tó yẹ kí ti sú ẹ̀ tipẹ́. Mo ń rò pé tó ló fún mi lówó. Mo kàn fẹ́ máa stay lawyer. Mo ya fa gbogbo iye wèrè mo ya fa ya pé ọpẹ́ o. Mo sì mi gan lè sọ̀rọ̀ sí mọ́. Mo ti ṣàpọ́nlé mo ti pọ́nlé. Ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ò pé kí ló ṣé mo fọ́ fún ni. Mo kàn báyìí pé ó ṣe dáadáa sí mi. Mo ní problem níbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ ńgbà yẹn. Fún àwọn sílé mi. Ó fún mi lówó. Mo fẹ́ sí wọn sí mi. Ó fún mi lówó. Ó pè mí sí fíìmù. Èmi ò sọ ìtẹ́mi ṣe fún. Èyí tóun ṣe lè máa tẹ́yàn bá ṣe fẹ́ mi lè máa sọ. But I need to stay. Màá máa lọ gbẹ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ lọ sí kóòtù. Wọ́n ti gbé sáànì fún mi. Wọ́n pè mí lọ sí Abuja. Sue this woman. Mo ò ṣe. Àmì ló wá gbé mi. Ló fún mi sínú plane ló fún mi. Ló bá mi ṣe body pass bí. Mo dá Abuja mi náà lórí sí fún mi. Wọ́n fún mi lówó wọ́n fún gbogbo ẹ̀. Mo ní no, I won't sue Iyabo. They presented me a senior advocate that Dawoshi Kangba. They asked, now bring everything. Right? They want to sue that Iyabo, sir. I'll get back to you, sir. She's my colleague and she's been good to me before. And I want to believe that but my own side of it. I'm very supportive of Agisha. We're very your crew. But look at the way she went after me. She me ni one more for Dio Moyan. She me ni Baba Agisha. Abi mo jomo share Baba Agisha. She for human rights. I'm a voice. I'm an authority in that field. But because they can easily destroy anybody with you people on social media, and then you fly with false knowledge. Even when they were sentenced to Bagisha, Musombe, where they told me, me, my social media. Yomi, so to change your answer, but I still meant to go and look at that video. Money, yes, Fabiyi has got right to appeal this case, and he will appeal. They don't want me to say it when he could do. Right here, they let him appeal, and he appealed, and they removed 2 charges again. And they removed it from his stuff. The only make it off is because they've already stretched the charges. Princess in their conscience, that there's no evidence, nothing for it. They removed everything. So your pamper that you used in sending the man to jail, and you let stretch here, if batty again, could the second time for very lot, go show my law. Even to get minor, and you never put minor on it, but I'm a command to go, I'm a putting doko, and if you lower anything of command is all like obeying, if a batty again on. He was like, okay, to go to show boy. And the batty, and the batty again, and you walk with my money, and the let's set here, opposite. To buy a rapist in the air, she was 22-year-old, but you're my gallon. You wanted him to look like a criminal, let's say from 16-year-old, 14, like 40. To buy a pedophile, like almost 5-year-old, like a to buy a rapist, like she for me, go to Guyon. You were princess, she be recipe. She be rapist, like you should have left you and Fabiyi Shano, but you come in and we are for what to the back why. Tell about what oh, fellow any oh, the Iyabo Ojo kolo síbẹ̀ kò gbé síbẹ̀ bóyá kò ní láyàbọ̀ ẹ wá fi Iyabo ẹ máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ó jẹ́ kó lè padà wà lọ dákẹ́ sórí ẹ̀ lábẹ́ ẹ máa ṣe kà ẹ máa fi social media máa pọ́nlé. If truly he was a rapist, kí ló ní tẹ́ fi ọmọ 20 àgbàlagbà kí ló ní tẹ́ ṣe ọmọ tó jẹ́ ọmọ tẹ́ máa pè 14 òun lè wá fi síbẹ̀. So I need common sense. You were princess to oversee only DSTV, oversee only DSTV. So Fabiyi will be so foolish. I was very rape omo. Si wo ya ere nbo, o de sin lo si. She oversee on the bus stop only DSTV. Ko je omo ya e gan only DSTV o le se koja ina on gate le to lo lalejo nule. So emi e rapist ya wa wo susun. Awa garo omo yen lorun. Omo ti o gba fún mi. Tí o ní interest nínú mi, ma wa ga lorun ma ya pata e, ya ere nbo, ya ere ma pare wọlé bọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà Fabiyi ṣe useless to. Aye it ìkàlẹ̀ kò máa ṣe ẹ kò máa fi social media amplify orí burúkú àti kàtẹ́ ṣe fẹ́yìn tẹ́fẹ́ máa fly pẹ̀lú ẹni ẹ kó ṣe orí burúkú lọ. When you want us to join you in condemning the end result àwọn máa sọ fún yín báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀, don't do it. Anybody tó bá yà wèrè tó bá lọ copy ìkọ̀tún àwọn princess ẹ ṣe yẹn ẹ̀wọ̀n náà gàrí ẹ lè jẹ́ lọ pẹ̀lú Fabiyi ṣàyẹ̀wò in a sense èyí tó bá bí dànù yín èyí tó ń gbé London tó ń gbé America tó ń gbé Canada ẹ̀dọ́ wèrè tẹ́ tí princess dánwò ṣèlú princess ti wà ní London. Irú àṣàbí olóríṣà yẹn kó dọ́rù wèrè ẹlẹ́wẹ̀ kò tẹ̀ sí ọ̀sán yẹn fún yànnà ẹ lọ dọ́wìrì yẹn wò ẹ kọ̀ try yẹn wò pé is right now what princess did is right. Tẹ́ bá ti rí ẹni non pedophile ẹ lọ fi ọmọdé kẹ wá set camera kẹ bóyá ọmọ yàtọ̀ ní Nàìjíríà àti Amẹ́ríkà èmi ò mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà pàǹtí ni wọ́n àwọn children l'Amẹ́ríkà àwọn lọ́mọ lẹ́sẹ̀ wò pé you can use that age and ẹ sọ tọrọ ọgbọmọ tiyàn ẹ̀rọ ọgbọmọ gẹ́yìn wọn Fabiyi lọ́jọ́ kúrò láti lé ni tó bá ní Fabiyi ó máa ń ṣèkì ó wá jókòó tí Fabiyi ó pa ìyẹn aṣọ ọmọ oró àwọn ṣọwọ́n ẹ̀kọ́ mi jẹ́ ní tí ó tẹ̀wé kúrò lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi tó ń pa kúrò mọ́ mi. àǹjọ̀nú lóbo ojúbọ òṣàní ẹ mọ iye kan tó ń kí bọ̀bẹ̀ tó bá ti rí obìnrin tó fún ẹ sáà ó lè wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìyàwó ẹ báyìí kí ìyàwó ẹ fún ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ kó fún sáìn kọ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ bára wọn sùn tí wọ́n tó dẹ̀ ní ìyàwó onímọ̀ kan fúnra wọn sáìn tọkùnrin ẹ̀dẹ̀ wà ní òkú yé tí wọ́n bẹ bá jáde lọ́wọ́ sáìn sáìn fún wọn lọ́wọ́ kan because it is olórí burúkú làwọn angẹ́lì tó create òbò àti okó kàmá bára wọn sùn oníṣekúṣe làwọn angẹ́lì yẹn wọn kọ́ fẹ́ kó báyọ̀ ni. You can be tempted if you know pé o fẹ́ mú Fabiyi pé pedophile ni fẹ́ ọmọ ọdún márùn tó sọ pé ọmọ ọdún méje tí kẹ́ wà ló máa fi dẹ́ tó bá dẹ̀ kó fẹ́ mú pé rapist ni ẹ fi àgbàlagbà sínú ilé pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ káàbọ̀ pé rape la fẹ́ accuse ẹ̀ fún tó bá dẹ̀ pé ó fọwọ́ kọ ọmọ ọdún márùn àbọ̀ pé pedophile ni but ẹ wá fi ọmọ tó yẹ pé ẹ fi sáà ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ èyí ẹ o wà ló fẹ́ mọ̀ bóyá ó fọwọ́ kọ ọmọ kékeré ó wá mú ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé she has the features ẹwọ́n ọmọ yẹn bó ṣe rí gọ́mọ̀lẹ̀ ọmọ dẹ̀ ti ń dóko where in the law will you go scot-free with such judgment for using a specimen that is sexually active You ṣe gidi wọn. Oh, le fi ẹni tó ti ń dóko kó fi máa dẹ̀yàn kó sọ fún ẹ I want to see if it's going to touch the innocent girl. That's no longer an innocent girl. Ó ti mọ bó ṣe lè ṣe sọ́kùnrin. Ó ti mọ beauty taste. Tẹ́lẹ̀ máa fẹ́ kọ́ súnmọ́ yàn kọ́ ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Anybody sọ pé come. Ó sùn ní lọ bá Àbájìṣà straight ni. Irú wa ka burúkú orí burúkú wo nìyẹn. Ẹ wá ń pọ́n tilẹ̀. Bó ṣe kí bó ṣe la. Ṣé ó la ẹ wo ẹ kó ṣì wèrè kúrò. Ẹ kàn ń encourage tí ò dáa ni gbogbo yín tẹ máa ń ba yé àwọn ọkọ yín jẹ́. Àwọn àbúrò ọkọ yín tẹ fi parọ́ mọ́ ọkọ yín tẹ fi hold on to ransom. Ẹ máa fọmọ dẹ̀yàn. Ẹ má fọmọ ekele dẹ̀yàn. Let crime happen naturally and forestall it. And if you know a crime is going to happen, any abuse on children, protect that child. Not that you say, mo fẹ́ kí n mọ̀. Mo fẹ́ kí n mọ̀ bóyá máa tọ́ bójú o ara ẹ̀ bóyá máa jákọ́ mọ́ ẹ. You want an innocent child or minor to suffer a trauma, to suffer PTSD because you want to gather evidence. Everybody can encourage nonsense and check around you. And you cannot blame the government of Lagos State. They did the best they can. Officer, ọ̀nà ṣe ṣáà wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Òun lára ṣe ń ta wọ́n pé ẹ̀dùn náà ládùúrò ariwo tá a pa yẹn. How come he came out after 3 years? That's how government works. How come? If truly he slept with a child and is convicted for sleeping with a child, níbo lẹ ti gbọ́rí lẹ́rìíwìẹ̀? Okay, I got after 3 years. So ṣe bóyá gba amnesty and they will be going around. He has served his sentence. He has served his sentence. Àbájìṣà came out and said, you Iyabo, you entrusted your children with him. Okay, tó bá ní irọ́ ni Àbájìṣà ń pa. Didn't you come out and tell us that you always send your children to Naira Marley's house? Ṣé baiting on you know? Is that baiting too? But when you want to speak about Naira Marley, you use your children and say you send them. Ṣé orí Naira Marley kò fagbó ni? Orí bóyá máa ń gbégbó ńláńlá. So when you were asking your children, sending your children there, it's not baiting, it's parental growth. That is nurturing the children the right way. But when it comes to, you can't be doing all of this. You can't be doing all of this. Nobody forced you to use your children as that example. And you used to send your children there, and that you used to lace your children's drink and food with drugs. I'm still waiting for the day you file a criminal petition against Naira Marley and that will be investigated and your children will go and testify. It's important. That is how you fight for your children. That is how you show that, oh, you care about these children, you raise them well. I mean, it's not the same children that you are allowed to be going to strippers club as a 17 to 18 years or 18-year-old, or whatever, 18-year-old. Ọmọ tó ti ní site fún strippers club as 18. Ìgbà alábàá tó ti ń kó tó ti ń fọ́ bulí ẹ̀ gan bọ̀. So if you can ask your children to go to Naira Marley who is in the music industry, how much more Baba Ijesha na Mukari gbogbo ilé ẹjọ́ wa papọ̀ náà ẹjọ́ wa kúrò nínú ẹjọ́ kọ́mọ olùbọ̀ ń gbà yẹn. So it's quite funny. Ọlọ́mọ ajá iná kànga. Ọlọ́mọ ajá dààmú. So nobody should feel bad that the man is coming out to express himself. It's terrible. Nigeria needs to grow. We need to do more. So let's continue to lend our voices. Me, I will always speak the truth and stand by what is right. I will always stand by what is right. Okay, somebody said, all because was because they mentioned is Anjoya Wikiri Cock. Even naturally, even go, let's be honest with ourselves. Oh yeah, go. At that time, there was no arrest of Babagesha if the police were not intervening. If Iyabo was the only person to kokori, no arrest is being made. It's enough for you to scream out and say, even what for policy. As at the time I issued my first statement, then me princess in Elem so. No regard for ourselves. People lack respect. I can talk to this person and now he must not respond back. So she be Yomi. Ibinu ya movie shoko Iyabo yen. Nígbà tí mo gbọ́ pé àbí wo ọmọ bàbá Suwe ko. Ẹni pé Ọlọ́run kọ́lọ̀ má gbéyàn dáadáa, kó gbéyàn ga ndi seyan téyàn bá ṣe, kọ́lọ̀ má jẹ́ kí èyàn dèrò ẹ̀yìn mani. Kiru wọn yẹn, kiru Iyabo. Kọ́ máa ní àbẹ́mi ọmọ bàbá Suwe ko. Irú àwọn tó lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Irú àwọn Madam Shage, Alhaji Nka Quadri, àwọn ọ̀gá yẹn. Ìjọ ẹni mo wá ìwé ìwọ Ọlọ́run. I need to respond in a way to my modada. This must not pass by. She sat in front of 6 million followers and reduced me to rubbles. Name that I've been building. Money, ṣé tó rọ́bọ̀ ó ti àwọn tí ẹ mọ̀ pé léyìn ẹgbà ẹ̀ mi ò kàn ṣe mọ́gẹ́jì Nàìjíríà gbà ẹ̀ torí gbogbo àyè gbọ́ta máa ń gbọ́ ìsílẹ̀ àkọ́kọ́ lé ẹ̀ fúl ọkùnrin alílẹ̀ kan òye yín kọ́ mú sọ wọ́n ìsìn ti lo táìmù ẹ̀tàn mo ní kí ni mo gbọ́ rádaràdà ṣe ni no, this one cannot pass. Not even when a lot of people were calling me then. No, God, God. Said I will pass the message. I want to come up with monopoly at my sort of shaka. You really might be obeying. I want to get to you on Sino, what I don't feel by Mokomogi, Mirai Willy. As it thought terror is Lorio. As you Musari don't call anybody, at it alone, low to shop, Comoaxi, wait to cock Benny. To now be about to go wait by. Gbogbo náà máa gbọ̀ báyìí náà máa wẹ́ẹ̀tì lórí ìjókòó ni. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́lọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe wà ní sìn mo fẹ́ sáré ní one pack. Ká ní mo ṣe wà ní sìn mo ṣe